The View from Here is made possible with support from the following.
Maine-based Island Port Press is a dynamic, award-winning book publisher. Island Port strives to capture and explore the grit, heart, beauty, and infectious spirit of the region by telling tales, real and imagined, that can be appreciated in many forms by dreamers, readers, and adventurers everywhere. Island Port Press. We tell stories. Visit us at www.islandportpress.com.
1, 2, 3.
She's from the land of snowmobiles and evergreens, where some will dig a hole to cook a pot of beans. Certified to be a guide, moose will come from far and wide when they hear her call. But most of all, she's a girl.
3, 2.
How you doing?
Great.
Glad to hear it. My name's LeClair, and welcome to The View from Here. To my friends in the studio audience, thanks for dropping by today. Now, a couple of years ago, I wrote a book called Finding Your Inner Moose, which is my guide to living the good life. It's based on the fact that you can learn a lot about life from a moose. My niece Caitlin helped me do the research, and oh God, we found out all sorts of interesting stuff. For example, moose can run 20 miles an hour for several miles at a time. So not only are they good swimmers, but they're long-distance runners to boot. Now, you'd think you'd be able to hear a beast like that coming from miles away, but they're incredibly quiet. Plus, they have the uncanny ability to blend into their surroundings. So moose move through their territory with speed and grace, all the while flying under the radar. Kind of like middle-aged women, am I right? Sure, we're invisible, but it's amazing what you can accomplish when they don't see you coming. Me and my friends Celeste, Rita, Betty, Dot, and Shirley, or the women who run with the moose, as we call ourselves, call it going stealth. It probably won't help you get a mocha latte cafe grande at Starbucks, but it certainly frees you up to try new things. For example, last year we started taking a Zumba class down to adult ed at Moose Megantic High. You've heard of Zumba, right? Yeah, it's that Latin dance exercise thing. Betty's the one that come up with the idea, of course. She's always up on the latest thing. She goes, Zumba's supposed to be wicked fun. Kind of like Dancing with the Stars, only without the skimpy outfits. And without the cute guys, I'm thinking. Because you can bet it's only going to be middle-aged women at this thing wearing sweatpants and T-shirts. That first night, there was a twitter of excitement when this nice-looking young fellow walked into the gym, but it turned out he was just looking for a class in small engine repair. Celeste goes, I wish I was a small engine. Vroom, vroom, Shirley replies. All right, class, Monica, our teacher shout, is everyone ready to Zumba? Yes, we yell a tad tentatively. And boom, boom, boom. This Spanishy type music kicks off, and we are off and running. About halfway through class, I look over at Dottie, who's holding on for dear life. She goes, geez, crow. I took Latin in high school. I thought this was going to be easy. Tell me about it, Dottie. Now we know why they call it the hottest exercise craze. I'm sweating buckets. But once you get the hang of Zumba, it's wicked fun. I always stand in the front of the class, helps me see the teacher better, makes me pay attention. But with Zumba, not only is there a lot of cha-cha and shimmying, oh God, I love to shimmy. But there's a fair amount of pivoting. And when we pivot, I end up in the back of the class. And it always makes me smile, because as I turn, this is what I see. 15 or 20 middle-aged women not caring what people think, moving it and shaking it and living la vida loca. And they are beautiful, every single one of them. After class, I says to the girls, we need to figure out a way to take that Zumba feeling out of the classroom and into real life. No one's paying attention to us anyway, so why the heck are we worrying what they think? They all agreed, even Shirley, who looked more like she was doing Irish step dancing than Zumba. She goes, well, I still don't think some of those moves are legal in Maine. But it was worth it to see Claudia Peavy smile. I didn't think she had it in her. So whenever us girls are out and about and one of us starts acting small in the world, you know what I'm talking about. The rest of us will go zoom, zoom. Try it with me, everyone, and you folks at home, you too. Zoom, zoom. Again, zoom, zoom. Beautiful. Sometimes I have to zoom, zoom myself, if you know what I'm saying. For me, it works best if I put my hands over my heart and I go zoom, zoom. Then I cha-cha right and left, shimmy right and left, again right and left. Take a deep breath in and sigh it out. Do it with me. Everyone feels wicked good. Close my eyes a sec, and I'm good to go. So the next time you find yourself acting small in the world in need of a little pick-me-up, just go zoom, zoom. If you're shy and there are people around, you can cha-cha and shimmy in your head. I'll go to the restroom and do it there. Zoom, zoom really works for me, though. It helps me feel my feet back on the ground again and puts the focus back in here instead of out there. Oh, there's the doorbell. Must be time for my special guest. If you see someone who's looking sharp, tell them. If you don't say anything, that's a missed opportunity for picking someone up.
Island Port Press works to keep alive the tall tales and stories that reflect the unique culture of northern New England. Island Port Press, we tell stories.
Hi there. My guest today is internationally renowned storyteller Michael Parent, who also happens to be a distant cousin of mine and a wicked good eater. Please welcome Michael Parent. Get out here, Michael.
Oh, stop it, Dia. Stop it, Dia.
I just do it.
Oh, like that? Oh.
Oh, it's the French way.
Okay, so I go around this way? Like
Yeah.
that? Okay.
I made you some tato soup.
Ooh la la.
That's maple sugar pie for the uninitiated. It's French-Canadian thing. It's my grandmother's recipe.
So can we eat it now?
Yeah, actually, I just Googled it. It's not really my grandmother's recipe. Well, there are so many things you should ask people on their deathbed. So how are you doing, Dia?
I'm doing good, Dia.
We both want to take a bite, but then we don't. I know, it's so good.
Yeah.
So tell me about, you're born in Lewiston, right?
Yes. I have to admit to that.
Yeah, and you grew up speaking French and English.
Well, mostly because my grandparents spoke French and they didn't speak much English. So in order to communicate with them, I had to speak French.
So how did you know when you were going to speak French, when you're going to speak English?
It was considered a bad form or impolite to speak to your grandparents in any language other than French. Because they could get by in English, but they couldn't. They really liked it when you spoke to them in French. Yeah.
So it's a sign of respect.
Yes, I guess you could say that. Yeah.
Yeah. And you played hockey.
Oh, geez and crow, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, I had a rather spotty hockey career.
Yeah?
Yeah. I kept getting injured.
Oh, because you're a goalie, right?
I was a goalie, and I kept getting... You know, the puck will always find a place where you're not protected. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, pucks have a little, there's a little sensor inside them. And, you didn't know this, huh? Well, it's true. There's a little sensor inside them, and they zoom in on a spot that's unprotected.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know much about hockey, really.
You don't?
No, but you've had a lifelong love affair with hockey.
I have. And
Still playing now, right? In the Old Farts Hockey League.
Yes, in the old. Yeah. I wish you hadn't mentioned the name, but it's okay. Go ahead. I play twice a week when I haven't thrown my back out or done something else like that.
Michael said that he threw his back out sneezing.
Sneezing.
I have been there, done that.
It's kind of embarrassing to admit that.
Yeah, the other day I saw Charlie. He was getting ready to sneeze. And he was kind of protecting his back. That's when you know you're old. Right?
Yeah, I think that's one of the signs, yeah. And so you're supposed to bend your knees when you sneeze. Did you know this, that you're supposed to bend your knees when you sneeze? Anyway, I had bent my knees, and I usually sneeze about 6-7 times in a row. And I was up to about number 4, and I felt, ugh.
Oh,
so
man.
I'm not playing hockey this week.
That's too bad.
Yeah, and I'm one of the top 200 players, I guess.
Yeah, if you live long enough, you'll get into the top 10.
Yeah. I'll outlive them all, yeah.
Now, the highlight of your high school hockey career, tell me about that.
Well, there were 2.
2, okay.
That come to mind right away. In my senior year, we won the New England Championship. That was quite something.
That must have been amazing.
No one from Maine had won it in about 15 years.
Yeah.
But the other highlight was Gino.
Your cousin Gino?
You met Gino.
Yes.
Yes, he was.
Oh, what a character.
Yeah. He was one of these people that didn't need to think out of the box because he'd never been in the box. Yeah. So he was a goalie too, Gino was. And he was about 2 years older than I, one of 9 children.
Yeah.
And he was a goalie, and he was quite erratic as a person and erratic as a goalie.
He looked pretty erratic the last time I saw him, let me tell you.
He was quite erratic. Yeah, he's gone to his reward now, thank goodness.
Yeah.
He was one of these guys, he'd smoke a cigarette, then he'd use his inhaler. He'd go.
There's something so wrong about that.
There's something wrong with that, yeah. But anyway, he did a play that I had never seen before, and I have never seen since, although I've been tempted to try it myself. I call it the Gino maneuver. So he was having a bad night.
Yeah.
And his defensemen were allowing a lot of breakaways. You know what breakaways are? When somebody comes alone on the goalie. And he had allowed a number of goals. And he was sick to death of his defensemen not protecting him well enough. So at about the red line, about center ice, a guy breaks in. This is late in the game. They're losing about 14-0. And in those days, the goals were on these stanchions that were about 8 inches high. They were screwed into the surface of the ice. Mm-hmm. So there were a lot of injuries with people bumping into the stanchions. But in any case, you had to be really strong to pick that up. Well, Gino sees this kid, and he's had enough. He gets his shoulders underneath the crossbar that goes across.
No kidding.
Yeah, he gets his shoulder underneath, and he lifts it up beyond the stanchions. He turns it sideways. He slides it through between the 2 goal posts. He slides it through, and then he puts it up against the boards so that there's no room for a puck to get in at all. So the kid who's coming down with the puck, he's never seen this either. And so he stops and he looks to the referees for guidance, and so they award the kid a penalty shot. And the way I used to tell the story is that the kids scored on a penalty shot, and it really didn't make much difference what Gino did. But Gino was in the audience one time when I told this story. He was really ticked off. He came up to me afterwards. He said, Mike, come on. Hey, you know, that kid there you remember how he talked, huh? He talked like that, mostly because he smoked a lot of cigarettes, you know. And he says, you know, on the penalty shot there, I stopped that kid there. So next time you tell that story, get it right, okay?
It's that story police.
Oh, yeah. Gino deserved to have his story told precisely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
And you played at the Boston Gardens when you won the...
Yes, we did.
That must have been thrilling, huh?
It was quite thrilling. Our fans showed up in buses, and you could still see, if you looked, a goalie gets a good view of the game.
Yeah.
But also a good view of what goes on in the stands.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if I should tell you this, but you already know. I don't know if you people know. But in the stands, there were people praying the rosary. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, actually, if Jesus or Mary really cares about high school hockey. I tend to doubt it. I think they have other things on their mind. But they really, these people believed that if they said the rosary during the game, it would help us to victory.
Wow, and did it?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes. Depends how big the rosary beads were on the other side, right?
Well, see, one guy who was a proponent of this, his name was Gaston Beaulieu. He was very much like Gino, one of these characters.
Eccentric.
Very eccentric.
Small towns in Maine have a lot of eccentric people.
Now, you met Gino, but you did not meet Gaston.
I did not have the pleasure.
No, Gaston was convinced that if he said the rosary during our games, and he always bet money on our games.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so he had a couple of things going at once there.
Yeah.
And he was quite convinced that every save I ever made was because he was saying the rosary.
Didn't have anything to do with your skill.
Nothing to do with skill at all, no.
Just divine intervention.
It was Mary who was making all the saves.
Wow.
Je vous salue Marie. Oh, and he would, when I mentioned to him that in fact it was possible that there was somebody on the other team who was doing the same thing, he said, don't worry about that, Mike. He said, don't worry about that at all. He said, you know what? There's nobody can say as many Hail Marys as me. And he demonstrated.
Well, do it for me. Can you do it as quick as him?
Yeah, in French I can.
In French.
Je vous salue Marie, pleine de grâce, vous êtes bénie, Marie,
Wow! That deserves a round of applause, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, for our folks who don't know, there's a lot of Franco-Americans in Lewiston.
Yes.
And one of the things I like when I go there is every once in a while, and they're dying out now, I hear people speaking franglais, which is a combination of French and English. And I know that you can speak this quickly dying out language. Could you, we just have a few seconds here before we go into your French song. Okay. So could you just talk us out with a little franglais?
Okay.
All right.
So this lady goes into a shoe store.
Yeah.
And she insists upon speaking to a French-speaking clerk. And when they finally rustle up one of these people, she says, oh, hey, it's about time, huh? Je veux une paire de bottes size 9.
So just like a combination, just randomly choosing words from the two languages, whichever works best.
I think whatever comes to mind, because when two cultures come together, it's quite natural. I mean, you have Spanish and English that go together, and Spanglish.
Yeah.
In California, people speak Spanglish all the time. And we think that it's an indication of stupidity. It's not at all. It's not at all. It's just convenience.
Yes.
And people understand each other.
Yeah.
So when she said, je veux une paire de bottes size 9, the guy understood exactly what she meant.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mikey, you're going to sing some French songs for us, French and English, right?
Yes, one of them has a bit of a translation. I'm hoping these people are in a singing mood.
Oh, boy. Mikey's going to be right back, and he's going to sing some songs. Thanks
isn't
so
that
much.
sweet?
Oh, it's so nice talking with you. Let's eat some pie.
Now let's eat some pie, huh? Come on, huh?
I say, if it makes you happy and it's legal, go for it.
Well, I hope you're in the singing mood. Still. This is a little lullaby that I learned from a nice young woman, Carmel Tanguay, and I forgot where. But the first part is going to be in French. The second part is going to be in English. Third part is going to be in French again. But it's all the same. Do, do, l'enfant dormira bientôt. Do, do, l'enfant dormira bientôt. And here's the translation. Sleep, sleep, little one, baby will be sleeping soon. Sleep, sleep, little one, baby will be sleeping soon. I think maybe we better just repeat the English part. What do you think? Okay, let's do that. Okay, you ready? Sleep, sleep, little one, baby will be sleeping soon. Sleep, sleep, little one, baby will be sleeping soon. Nice. You did good. Yay. Okay, so this next song is called Si mon moine voulait danser, which translates, If my monk would only dance with me. I'm not sure. I consulted one of our scholars, Robert Perrault, who is here from Manchester, and he agrees that this song may have been written in the Middle Ages when there was a shortage, for whatever reason, of dance partners for women. So this young woman is trying to get this monk to dance. I guess he's hesitating because she offers him a bunch of stuff. She offers him a new hood, a new sash, a new set of prayer beads. She offers him a new pair of boots, and she offers him a number of things. So it's a call and response song, and I'll do it in half speed so we can pick it up, okay? Si mon moine voulait danser, si mon moine voulait danser, un capuchon je lui donnerai, un capuchon je lui donnerai. Don't be bashful, it doesn't matter if you sing well. Never bothered me. Okay, here we go. Si mon moine voulait danser, si mon moine voulait danser, un capuchon je lui donnerai, un capuchon je lui donnerai. Danse mon moine, danse, tu n'entends pas la danse, tu n'entends pas mon moulin long là, tu n'entends pas mon moulin marcher. In the chorus, she's basically saying, get with it. That's basically that's the quick translation. Okay, so this time she's going to offer him some prayer beads. Si mon moine voulait danser, si mon moine voulait danser, un chapelet je lui donnerai, un chapelet je lui donnerai. Danse mon moine, danse, tu n'entends pas la danse, tu n'entends pas mon moulin long là, tu n'entends pas mon moulin marcher. That'll do it for now. Okay.
Big round of applause.
Yay.
Let's go, Sarah.
Yay. Thank you, dear.
Thanks for dropping by today, Michael.
It's my pleasure, dear.
Thank you.
A pleasure and an
Wasn't
honor.
that wonderful?
Oh, you say that to all the guys, but don't stop saying it to me. So are we going to eat some more pie or what?
Yeah, I already ate my piece.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, so I sing, she eats. Ha ha! What a deal, huh?
Welcome to Ask Ida. This is the section of my show where I answer your questions. Your letters are delivered to Mahoosic Mills by Pony Express. And here he comes now on his trusty steed, Moxie. Why, thank you, kind sir. Did anybody tell you you look a lot like Michael Parent?
It's a look I've been cultivating.
Bye, Moxie. All right.
Oh man, that was fun.
Dear Ida, I'm feeling kind of stuck in my life right now. Oh, I'm unhappy with my job. My relationship with my boyfriend is going nowhere. I don't want to hang out with my friends because I'm not much fun right now. I'm overwhelmed and unhappy, but don't seem to have enough motivation to change anything. Heck, a so-so boyfriend is better than no boyfriend, right? Sluggish in Searsport. Dear Sluggish, oh, honey, I know how you feel because I've been there, done that. We all get stuck from time to time, and it's no fun. Let me put on my official certified Maine life guide magic moose antlers and get down to business. If you're feeling overwhelmed, unable to see the forest for the trees, a great way to put things on an even keel again and get the energy moving is to declutter. My advice is to start small. Clean out a drawer, a closet, your car. How about a mental house cleaning? Get it out of your head and onto a list. That way you can nick things off at a time. Look at the folks you're hanging around with. Do they support and energize you? If they do, call them. That's what friends are for. If not, let them go. If you want something new, you gotta make room for it. That said, the period between letting go and receiving can be a little uncomfortable at best, especially if the change you're trying to make is a big one. Hang in there. The right thing isn't always the easy thing, and events may not unfold according to your timeline. But trust me on this, decluttering will get the energy moving. I remember taking a couple of bags of clothes to Goodwill a few months back. I even got rid of some favorites I'd been hanging on to, hoping I'd fit into them again. This is a nice looking dress, I thought. Still in good shape. It deserves to be worn by someone. To be honest, I felt a little queasy when I dropped the bags off. But a few weeks later, I went shopping and found amazing deals on a few great outfits. And now, when I see these new clothes hanging in my closet, I feel happy. Not like a failure, which is how seeing the old clothes made me feel. Give it a try. What do you have to lose besides a so-so boyfriend? 'Cause, honey, you deserve better than that. Is there something in your life that served its purpose, but you're still holding on to it? Could be a thing, a person, a group, a way of doing something, a way of looking at something. Let it go and trust that something bigger and better is on the way, 'cause it is. If you'd like to ask Ida, just send your letters to PPM TV, 280 Marcy Street, Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 03801. Attention, Ida. Your letters will be delivered to Mahoosic Mills by Pony Express. I look forward to hearing from you.
1, 2, 3.
Hi there. I'm Ida LeClair, Queen of North Country Chat and host of The View from Here. I hope you'll join me for my next show. Oh, I'm wicked excited about it. My guest is the multi-talented Rebecca Rule, New Hampshire's foremost storyteller, writer, and humorist. We just get on like a house of fire. Plus, I'll bring you up to date with happenings in Mahoosic Mills, Maine. And as always, I'll be answering your questions, doling out some down-home advice. Watch The View from here and enter the Pine Tree state of mind.
Come and heard her tell a tale with humor that'll never fail. Winter right through fall, but most of all, she's
Maine-based Island Port Press is a dynamic, award-winning book publisher. Island Port strives to capture and explore the grit, heart, beauty, and infectious spirit of the region by telling tales, real and imagined, that can be appreciated in many forms by dreamers, readers, and adventurers everywhere. Island Port Press. We tell stories. Visit us at www.islandportpress.com.